There is growing attention around Nnamdi Kanu and the possibility of a new political statement being released on May 30th, reportedly titled the Sokoto Declaration, in collaboration with American attorney Mike Arnold. For many Nigerians, especially those who have followed the long-running debates around self-determination, justice, and national unity, this announcement is already stirring deep conversations. Some see it as another major moment in an already historic political movement, while others are waiting carefully to hear exactly what will be said and what impact it may have on the wider national discussion. What makes this development especially important is not just the names involved, but the timing and the message many believe may come with it. Reports and conversations across political circles indicate that this declaration could touch on issues of political freedom, fairness, and the future direction of national dialogue in Nigeria. Whether one agrees or disagrees with the movement surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there is no denying that his name continues to command attention both within Nigeria and internationally, and any major declaration linked to him is likely to generate serious reactions. Before we go deeper, if you value clear updates like these, stories explained calmly, fairly, and without noise, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who follow political developments in Nigeria. And most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comment section because your voice matters in conversations like this. For years now, the story surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has remained one of the most talked about political issues in Nigeria. From his rise as a powerful voice speaking on self-determination, to his arrest, legal battles, and continued detention, his situation has remained at the center of emotional and political debate. To his supporters, he represents a resistance, conviction, and the demand for justice. To critics, he remains a controversial figure whose methods and message have sparked difficult questions about national peace, unity, and political responsibility. Yet, despite those sharply divided opinions, one fact remains clear: his influence has not disappeared. Now, with talk of the Sokoto Declaration, supporters believe a fresh chapter may be opening. According to local accounts and discussions among observers, this declaration may not simply be a statement directed at supporters, but one intended for a much wider audience, both locally and globally. There is speculation that it may address issues concerning political inclusion, legal fairness, the rights of communities to voice grievances peacefully, and broader questions about Nigeria's democratic future. Until the declaration is officially released, much of what is being said remains expectation rather than confirmed fact, but expectation alone is already building momentum. The involvement of Mike Arnold has also attracted attention. His participation suggests that whatever is being prepared may carry an international, legal, or diplomatic tone, rather than being framed only as a local political message. For many watching closely, that matters. International voices often bring global focus. And when issues connected to justice, human rights, and political freedom are discussed beyond national borders, the conversation naturally becomes bigger than local politics. It becomes part of a wider debate about governance, rights, and democratic accountability. Another reason this announcement is creating excitement is because of what it symbolizes to supporters. Many who back Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have repeatedly maintained that imprisonment has not weakened the movement surrounding him. Instead, they argue that his detention has only strengthened calls for dialogue and renewed attention to the issues he represents. Whether that claim reflects reality across all parts of Nigeria is open to debate. But what cannot be ignored is that the movement still commands loyalty, emotional support, and strong political interest among many people. At the same time, there are Nigerians taking a more cautious view. Some believe that while declarations and statements can shape public discussion, real change depends on practical dialogue, peaceful engagement, legal clarity, and responsible leadership from all sides. Others are simply waiting to hear the content before forming an opinion, knowing that speculation can often run ahead of facts. That careful approach may prove wise, especially in a country where political messages can quickly trigger strong emotions. And this is where the bigger national picture comes in. Nigeria is currently facing many pressing conversations: economic pressure, security concerns, questions about representation, and debates over how different communities feel heard within the larger national framework. Any declaration that speaks to justice, political freedom, or self-determination will likely connect with these wider concerns. It may challenge existing political narratives. It may reopen old debates, or it may introduce a fresh conversation that forces both leaders and citizens to reflect on where the country is headed. What happens next depends greatly on the tone, substance, and clarity of the Sokoto Declaration itself. Will it call for peaceful dialogue? Will it focus on legal and political reform? Will it present a vision that broadens national discussion? Or will it mainly reinforce positions that supporters already hold? These are the questions many Nigerians, and indeed international observers, will be asking as May 30th approaches. One thing is certain: political moments like these remind everyone that ideas remain powerful. Voices continue to matter. Thus, our national conversations are never truly settled. They evolve, they return, and sometimes they reshape how people think about the future. For Nigeria, a country rich in diversity and complex political history, every major declaration connected to issues of justice and political freedom naturally becomes part of that larger story. If you've been following this issue closely, this is a good time to stay informed, listen carefully to verified information, and consider what these developments may mean for the country as a whole. Also, if you're enjoying this balanced discussion, remember to like the video, subscribe so you don't miss important updates, share this with others, and leave a thoughtful comment below. What do you think the Sokoto Declaration could mean for Nigeria's political conversation going forward? So as the date draws closer, conversations are becoming louder, not just among supporters of Nnamdi Kanu, but among ordinary Nigerians who may not even follow political movements closely, yet understand that whenever a major political voice prepares to release an important declaration, it has the potential to influence public discussion in unexpected ways. Across different parts of the country, people are beginning to ask deeper questions. What exactly will be announced? Why now? And perhaps most importantly, what kind of response could follow from political leaders, legal observers, and citizens across Nigeria? Part of what makes this moment so significant is the symbolism attached to May 30th. Over the years, that date has carried strong meaning for many supporters connected to the movement around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It has often been treated as a day of remembrance, reflection, and renewed calls for justice as supporters understand it. Releasing a declaration on such a date, according to political observers, may be a deliberate effort to connect history, present realities, and future ambitions into one message that supporters can rally around, while also drawing international attention to the wider issues being discussed. Some analysts believe that if the Sokoto Declaration is carefully framed, it could shift conversation from emotion-driven political arguments toward broader discussions about constitutional rights, political inclusion, foreigners within the justice system, and how governments respond to strong dissenting voices in democratic societies. That would be a major shift because for years, much of the conversation surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has often been shaped by legal controversy, public emotion, and sharp political division. A declaration that speaks in terms of rights, justice, and democratic dialogue may reshape how neutral observers view the conversation. There is also growing interest in what role international legal voices may play going forward. The mention of American attorney Mike Arnold has raised expectations that this may not simply be a local statement intended for Nigerian ears alone. Some observers believe there could be an attempt to place aspects of the discussion before a wider global audience. Human rights groups, legal institutions, diplomatic observers, and international media circles that monitor political freedom and civil liberty discussions around the world. If that happens, the issue may gain a new layer of international attention that goes beyond Nigeria's internal politics. At the same time, there are many Nigerians who believe the country needs calm reflection rather than heated reactions. They argue that whatever the content of the declaration turns out to be, public discussion should remain peaceful, thoughtful, and focused on ideas rather than emotional division. Nigeria has experienced enough tension from political misunderstanding, and many citizens now want conversations centered on solutions. How justice can be pursued through lawful means, how grievances can be addressed responsibly, and how national unity can coexist with honest discussions about political dissatisfaction. That is why the coming days may become very important, not only because of what is said, but because of how people choose to respond to what is said. Supporters may see hope, critics may raise concerns, neutral observers may look for practical meaning behind the message. Government voices may assess its political significance. International audiences may evaluate its legal and democratic implications. All of these reactions together could determine whether the Sokoto Declaration becomes simply another statement in Nigeria's long political history, or whether it becomes a turning point that redefines public conversation in a meaningful way. And there is another angle many people are quietly discussing: the power of endurance in political movements. History, both in Nigeria and across the world, has shown that movements built around identity, political grievance, or calls for reform often survive longer than many expect, especially when supporters feel deeply connected to a cause. The continued detention around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, despite years of legal battles and imprisonment, is viewed by his supporters as proof that the message remains alive. Whether that support has expanded, remained steady, or changed shape over time is a matter analysts debate, but few deny that the issue continues to hold relevance. For younger Nigerians especially, this moment may also become an opportunity to better understand the wider political history behind today's headlines. Many young people know the name Nnamdi Kanu, but some may not fully understand the decades of political feeling, historical memory, and regional concerns that shaped the movement around him. Moments like the proposed Sokoto Declaration can spark curiosity, not only about current events, but about the deeper national conversations surrounding representation, identity, governance, and what justice means to different communities across Nigeria. That broader understanding matters because countries move forward not only by debating current headlines, but by understanding the roots of long-standing issues. Strong democracies are often built through difficult conversations that are honest, respectful, and grounded in facts rather than anger. If this declaration encourages wider national reflection on fairness, inclusion, and political dialogue, some may see value in that, regardless of where they stand politically. As we wait for May 30th, one thing viewers should keep in mind is the importance of verified information. In moments like these, speculation often spreads quickly. Yet social media claims can race ahead of confirmed facts. Rumors can create false expectations or unnecessary tension. The wisest approach is to listen carefully, verify claims, and focus on official statements or credible reporting before drawing conclusions. That way, public conversation remains informed rather than driven by assumption. And as this story develops, stay connected here for balanced updates explained in simple language. If you appreciate content that breaks down complex Nigerian political stories without noise or confusion, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who want clear and thoughtful discussion. Most importantly, leave your comment below. Do you believe the Sokoto Declaration could change Nigeria's political conversation? Or will it simply reinforce debates that already exist? Your perspective is worth hearing.